Hello everyone, welcome to another class of English. So today we'll be doing a new chapter, Adventures of Toto. This chapter we had already begun in our previous class, so the parts which I had already taught I'll be just breezing through it. Alright, so this is a story by the famous Indian Anglo-Indian author Ruskin Bond. This is one of his most famous stories, and this is a humorous story. And it is a story about a little monkey called as Toto. So the story starts like this. So Ruskin's grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. Now this Tonga driver had kept this monkey he had kept it tied to a feeding trough, and grandpa felt sympathy for the little monkey, and he decided he will take him home and add him to his private collection, right? So Toto was actually a very beautiful monkey, and he had bright eyes, and his bright eyes, they sparkled with mischief because monkeys are mischievous, and he had deep set eyebrows, and his teeth were pearly white, right? Means they shone really, they were very very white and they shone, and he had this smile that used to frighten the life out of Anglo-Indian ladies, right? So his hands looked like as if they had dried up, as if they had been pickled in the sun for years. Pickled means as if his hands, his palms looked like they had dehydrated in a way. But his fingers were very nimble, and he was very wicked. And his tail, he used it as a third hand, right? Means with his tail he used to hang down from trees, and he used to steal food and other things. Now grandfather believed that his tail added to his good looks. Okay, so that is how Toto looked like. So grandmother did not like grandfather's habit of bringing home any pet, means any bird or animal. So when grandfather bought Toto, he decided that we will keep it a secret. So we will keep it a secret until grandma was in a good mood, and when she would be in a good mood, we will tell her about it. Now grandfather and Ruskin, they put the monkey into a little closet opening into the bedroom wall. So closet is like a cupboard, and they put the monkey into the bedroom wall, and they tied him to a peg. A peg is like a small stick kind of that is buried into the wall to hang clothes or something. So inside the closet there was this little peg, and they tied it to him there. After a few hours, when grandfather and Ruskin came back to see Toto, they found out that the walls, which were covered with some sort of ornamental paper, means some sort of wallpaper or something, now they were all torn out, and only the naked brick and plaster was visible. Okay, and Toto, he had uprooted the peg which was buried into the wall, and he had torn Ruskin's school blazer, which was also hanging there. Now it was torn into small shreds. Alright. So Ruskin was very worried what grandma is going to say when she finds out that his blazer is torn. But when he looked at grandfather, he noticed that grandfather wasn't worried at all, but rather he was very pleased. He was very happy with he was impressed with Toto's performance. And grandfather says that, oh, this monkey is very clever. Like if he was given some time, then that monkey could have tied all the pieces of your blazer into a rope, and it could have jumped out of the window. You have seen probably people in movies and all escaping out of a high tall rise building using a rope. So he says that maybe this monkey, we would have given him some time, he would have tied all of that, and he would have climbed out of the window. So now The monkey's presence in the house was still a secret. Now grandfather decided that he will transfer this monkey to the big cage which was in the servants' quarter, where a number of other grandfather's pets used to live very happily together. So what were the pets that lived there? There used to be a tortoise, there used to be a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and there was also a pet goat for some time. But this monkey, when he arrived into the cage, he did not allow any of them to live peacefully. So he did not let anyone sleep peacefully at night. So one day grandfather had to go to he had to leave Dehradun to go to Saharanpur to collect his pension. So he knew that if he is going to leave him in the servants' quarter, then he is not going to let anyone sleep, and he is not going to let anyone stay in peace, and grandma is going to find out. So he decided he will take Toto along. Now Ruskin was not with his grandfather during the trip, but he found out from his grandfather later what happened. So what happened is grandfather put Toto into this small black canvas kit bag, and he put some straw at the bottom, for where he would sit comfortably, and the bag was closed with a zipper, and the canvas fabric was too strong for Toto to bite and to get out of it. So he kept making efforts to get out of it, but every time he forced himself to open the bag or something, what happened is that the bag rolled on the floor, and sometimes the bag would jump into the air. Now from the inside this did not appear to Toto as anything out of the ordinary, but for people at the Dehradun railway platform, this attracted a lot of attention. So all the people, they looked at the bag curiously, and they were very surprised to see a bag jumping and a bag rolling around on the platform. Now until they reached Saharanpur, Toto was in the bag, but when grandfather got off at Saharanpur and he was producing his ticket at the turnstile is the gate, he suddenly came out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. A wide grin is a big smile. So the ticket collector, he was very surprised, but with great presence of mind, and he said to grandfather, "Oh sir, you have a dog with you, so we are going to charge extra." Right? So he knew that if he tells him that, "Oh, you cannot carry a monkey here," so the man cannot leave him anywhere because it is his pet. So if he tells him that it is a dog, then he can take, he can charge him for it too. Alright. So grandfather was very angry to prove him when the ticket collector said that his monkey is a dog, but still he tried to tell him that it's a monkey, it's a quadruped, but the ticket collector didn't listen. And just when grandfather was at the edge of his patience, he pulled out a tortoise from his pocket and said that, "Oh, then if that monkey is a dog, then what should I pay for this tortoise which I'm carrying?" The ticket collector looked at the tortoise and he said that, no, there's no charge for the tortoise, it is not a dog. Okay, so here you can see the scene where grandfather is carrying Toto in his bag, and he is having an argument with the ticket collector, while all the other people, they are amused. Okay, now one day after grandmother had finally accepted Toto as part of the family, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. The stable is the place where they keep horses, and in the stable there he had his companion, his friend was the family donkey, which was Nana. And on the first night of Toto in the stable, grandfather went to see if Toto was comfortable, but when he went there, he found that Nana the donkey she was pulling at her halter. Halter is the peg with which the donkey is attached, and he was trying to get away from the donkey was trying to get her head as far as possible from there. And when grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, and she moved away, and when she moved away, it was revealed that the monkey had bit the donkey's ears with his sharp little teeth, right? And that is why she was behaving in a very strange manner. Now Toto and Nana, they never become friends, obviously, because Toto used to bite her. And one other incident that Ruskin remembers about Toto is during winter evenings, grandmother, what she used to do is that she used to give him a large bowl of warm water so that Toto can have a bath. Now this monkey was a very smart one, so what he used to do is that first he would test the temperature of the water with his hand, and then he would slowly step into the bath. First he would put one foot, then he would put another foot, like that. Then he would slowly go inside the entire bowl. Now once he was comfortable inside the bowl of warm water, he would take the soap and he would rub soap all over his body. And after his bath, when the water became cold, he would run and he would go to the kitchen fire so that he can dry himself. And while all of this happened, if someone laughed at him, then his feelings would be very, very hurt, and he would not go and do a bath. Means his behavior was a little bit like a little child. Now one day what happened is that Toto almost boiled himself alive. Okay, so what happened is that a large kettle is that vessel in which they warm tea in tea shops and all. So a kettle was kept on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto thought that that is his warm bowl of water, and he removed the lid and he went inside. Now in the beginning it was just a little bit warm enough for a bath, and but slowly what happened, because the kettle was on fire, it started getting warmer and warmer. Now Toto, his head was popping out of the kettle. You can just imagine it. And every time he felt the water was a bit too hot, what he would do is he used to stand up a bit, and because of the cold air his body would cool down, and then he would sit down again. Now this process went on for again and again. He continued hopping, like jumping up and sitting down and like that, until grandmother came and she rescued him from there. And until then Toto was half boiled. Okay, now the Ruskin says that if there was a part of the brain which is especially devoted to mischief means to doing pranks and to doing silly things, then Ruskin believes that in Toto that part was very largely developed, right? He was always tearing things to pieces, and every time one of his aunts used to come, he used to grab her dress and he used to tear a hole in it, right? So he was a very, very mischievous monkey, like most monkeys are. Now what happened is, one day during lunchtime, a huge dish of pulao was kept on the dining table, and when they went there, they found that Toto was stuffing himself with rice. Means he was eating all of that rice. And seeing that, grandmother got really angry, and she screamed, she shouted. When she shouted, Toto, he threw a plate at her, and when one of his aunts rushed near the monkey, what Toto did is he grabbed a glass of water and he threw the water on her face. Now when grandfather came there, he grabbed the pulao and he got out of there through the window, and sometime later they found him. He was sitting on the branch of the jackfruit tree. Jackfruit is I don't know what it's called in Hindi. It is this huge fruit that you had recently probably had during the Sankranti, and he was sitting on the branch of the jackfruit tree, and the dish was in his arm, and the whole afternoon he sat there and he ate. He was determined to finish every grain of rice in it. And because grandmother had screamed at him, so to take revenge on her, he threw the bowl in which the pulao was there after he had finished it. And when that dish broke into 100 pieces, he was very happy and he chattered. So obviously, because Toto wasn't the type of pet they could keep for long, and even grandfather realized that, because they were not very rich, and every day they could not afford the loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpapers which Toto used to tear. And so grandfather, after grandmother asked him so many times, grandfather finally took him, and he gave him to the Tonga driver and he sold him for only 3 rupees. He had purchased the monkey for 5, but he sold him for 3. So these are the misadventures of Toto. Okay. Well, I hope you understood the story and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.